If you live in your own property or you own a few investment properties, you may have experienced blockages in the kitchen sink, the bathroom sink, the laundry sink, or even the toilet. And each time you have to call out a professional plumber, it costs you several $100s. I decided to buy Milwaukee's 12-volt Cordless Air Snake to clear simple blockages. This will suit drains from 1 inch up to maximum of 4 inches. If it gets any bigger, the pressure will not be adequate. So this is not intended to solve all problems. It's only a small front-end tool. There will be times when you will still need a professional plumber who has more sophisticated tools and experience to clear difficult blockages. They may have to use high-pressure water jets or drain cleaning snakes that can extend up to 40, 50, 60 meters long. So join me in this video as I walk you through the Milwaukee M12 Air Snake. Let's start with the case. So it's got nice hard case, typical Milwaukee branding. I like the case, it's very useful because the Air Snake has several loose accessories, and so this makes keeping it all together convenient. So here it is. That's the Milwaukee M12 Air Snake. Depending on which country you're in, it comes with different accessories. In this kit, there is a 10-inch steel extension bar. There is a 1 to 2 inch drain plug with a 15-degree angle offset. There is a 2 to 3 inch drain plug with a straight angle connector. There is a 3 to 4 inch drain plug with a straight angle connector. This is a toilet seal connector, and this is a universal drain shroud. You can buy the kit with or without a M12 battery. Let's start with the Air Snake. It is 530 millimeters long and it weighs 3.2 kilograms or 7.1 pounds. Holding it in the hands, it feels very well balanced. It looks well constructed with rugged material, rubber and plastic. Straight out of the box, there is a warning label on the pressure gauge at the rear of the Air Snake. It alerts the user for every task to first set the pressure at 5 pounds per square inch, and then to hold the energize button on the side for 3 seconds, and after the compressor has pumped up, use the trigger. And if that does not clear the clock, to increase the pressure by 5 psi each time. In other words, use the lowest pressure to clear the clock. And if you have to increase it by 5 psi each time only, so that you don't end up blowing the pipe. I'll pull this out and stick it on the rear. And now you're able to see what the pressure gauge looks like. You see there's a green portion, and that's from 0 to 20 psi. There's a yellow portion which is 20 to 30 psi, and there's a amber portion which is 40 to 50 psi, and the red portion is anything above 50 psi is a danger warning. I have here a M12 6mAh battery. We'll insert that in here. You'll notice that as soon as the battery is inserted, the front LED lights up and then it goes off. Now let's set the PSI to 5. You see there's a plastic dial, and inside the window there's a metal rod indicator. When I turn the dial clockwise, the indicator moves along the reading. So that limits the pressure to which the compressor will pump. I've set it to 5 psi. By pressing and holding this energizing button for 3 seconds, it activates the air compressor which pumps up the air tank. I will now push the trigger and you should be able to hear the pump. I will now set the dial to 10 psi and re-energize the air compressor, holding it for 3 seconds. If you look at the dial, it now shows that needle has moved to the limit. So I can now squeeze the trigger and release the compressed air. This is the 1 to 2 inch drain plug. with a 15-degree offset. I'll install this to the air snake. This is what the internal of the nozzle looks like. There are 3 ball bearings. To make the steel ball bearings retract, I have to pull this back. Hold it and then fit this in. Get a bit of better angle to do that. And when you're able to release and that completely reseats itself, you know that that's secure. This 1 to 2 inch drain plug with 15-degree offset is good for sinks. So that when you put this down into the drain hole and there's a water tap here, the 15-degree offset allows you to avoid the tap handle. To release, pull this back and slowly jiggle it out. The next size up is the 2 to 3 inch drain plug. It has a straight connector. To connect it, the same process. Pull this rubber ring back and slot the stem in, release it, and it is good. To release it, pull this back and jiggle the drain plug out. The next size is the 3 to 4 inch drain plug. It also has a straight connector. This is a universal drain shroud. If you're trying to clear a toilet bowl and the bowl has filled up with a lot of waste and water, then you'll need the 10-inch extension rod. And this is the toilet seal adapter. You fit this end to that, and that goes into the bend of the toilet bowl. I will show you how to use this later. I do not presently have any sinks that are blocked, but I'll use this sink just to walk through a demonstration for you. So I've got the 1 to 2 inch drain plug. I have the 2 to 3 inch drain plug, and if I put the drain plug down, you see it does not fit because of the grating. If the grating wasn't there, then this drain plug would fit. So I cannot use this one. The same goes for this. That is a little bit too big. This is the 2 to 3 inch, so that's not gonna work. What that means is I'm left with using the drain shroud. And this is what this drain shroud is for. It's for covering holes that you're not able to fit any other way. So I'm gonna fit the drain shroud to the air snake. Fit it. I'm going to set the air pressure just to 5 because there's no block, just for a demonstration. Activate the air compressor. So the air tank is now charged. Squeeze the trigger and it's pumped it. So that's very simple. I have the air snake here with the 10-inch extension rod fitted, and at the end there's the toilet seal adapter. I do not have a block toilet, but I will still demonstrate the process to use the air snake. Make sure the rubber shroud completely seals the toilet hole. I will now energize the air compressor. It has charged the air tank to 10 psi. I will now squeeze the trigger to release the air. I'll do that again. Activate the air compressor. The air tank is charged to 10 psi. I'll squeeze the trigger to release the air. That's it. Very simple. Let's see what it looks like. You notice that the water has gone down. So this can be an effective tool if the block is around the S-band of the pipe. The air snake is rated to clear a maximum of about 10.6 meters of pipe. Any more and there's not enough pressure. Well, I do hope you've enjoyed this video and found it informative. Do hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more and to help the channel grow. Thank you so much.